welcome back. This is your boy Adamslink. How you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. Please try as much as possible. I show you guys support your boy. Like this video, comment, share it all through the platform. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Adamslink, and make sure you subscribe and click the bell notification to get updates anytime, any day I upload. And meanwhile, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching this video from. So guys, let's talk about Sunday Igboho because it's one of those trendy issues that is happening currently, and also Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm going to be playing you a video from a very well-known and respected man in Nigeria, that is Wole Soyinka, and his opinion on this recent Sunday Igboho's arrest and Nnamdi Kanu arrest. And he said, according to what he said about Nnamdi Kanu, he said, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but he believed that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And also, he also said that Buhari or FG presidency should apologize to Sunday Igboho. Well, guys, let's listen to him, and maybe after then we have a discussion about it.
Well, Nigeria, for me, it's not for me to tell the government to prepare itself, because there's going to be a huge squawk when the truth about how Kanu was arrested, when the truth comes out. Our nation is, people are alleging this and that and that. So that's one phase, whether Nigeria has acted outside international law. That's one issue. The second issue, however, has to do with Kanu's conduct outside the nation. There's been a level of hate rhetoric, which is, for me, has been most unfortunate, issuing from Kanu outside. So for me, hate rhetoric is an issue which can only be judged by the laws of any nation. So we come back to the issue. Was it right to have, for me, quote unquote, kidnapped? You can say intercepted as much as you want, but I think that Kanu was kidnapped, and that is wrong internationally and it's wrong morally.
And how would you advise the federal government to move forward? Talking about all this now, you've identified some pitfalls in the way that the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu has been handled, and also the way the DSS raided Sunday Igboho's house. For Nnamdi Kanu, for starters, how would you advise the federal government to move forward in terms of his trial and other things that will come up after now?
To answer that kind of question, we have to ask ourselves, what is the position mentally, spiritually, economically, politically? What's the state of mind, the collective state of mind of a vast section of this nation at the moment? And that state of mind is best described as distrust, total distrust. This government has earned itself, rightly or wrongly, that's for the government, that side to decide. But anybody who's telling this government that the people of this nation still trust it, I'm sorry, the government believes that, it's really plunging this nation further into the abyss.
After raiding his home, the DSS had come out to say that Sunday Igboho is wanted and that he should turn himself in. What would you advise he does in this situation?
Well, my advice is not even so much Igboho, but to the government, that they should stop pursuing this person as a criminal, because you have begun by acting in a criminal fashion against him. Because if and when Igboho comes to trial, I guarantee you the government will be very, very embarrassed. Very embarrassed. So it's not even in the interest of the government. I think they should just tell Igboho, we made a mistake. We should not have acted in this way. You are no longer wanted. Please go back to your home. In fact, escort him to his home quietly and let him resume his normal life. to declare him wanted. And again, this is another issue of language. I read in some papers, Igboho is in hiding. Well, but more accurately, he's probably just gone underground, to protect himself and perhaps to be able to continue his declared struggle. I'm not talking now about the secessionist aspect of the struggle. No, I'm talking about what Igboho came out to do, and which I believe is still his mission in this nation, to protect, defend his own people, and to let the aggressors know that they are not lords of this nation or any section of it, apart from what they are constitutionally entitled to. So I think the government, it's in no interest. If you bring Igboho to trial, he's going to get mud in the face, clearly. As far as I'm concerned, it's up to Igboho to decide. He knows what the circumstances were. He knows what happened before his people were killed. And he's the only one who can judge, who can decide for himself. I cannot advise him. Before his people were killed. And he's the only one who can judge, who can decide for himself. I cannot advise him.
Some critics have said that the federal government was fast to arrest.
Well, just go out there and check out that interview, and I think he spoke well. So what do you guys think? I know everybody are entitled to their own opinion concerning this issue. And meanwhile, guys, well, do you know there's a law in Nigeria that a police cannot invade any household at night? They don't have that jurisdiction to invade any house during the night. Do you know there's a law like that in Nigeria? Well, we do not know, so go and check that out as well. So the police or the DSS don't have that jurisdiction to come to Sunday Igboho's house at night. And according to Sunday Igboho, they never invited him. So the DSS never invited him to come. So why did they just went to his house unaware? And meanwhile, also for Nnamdi Kanu, well, according to Wale Soyinka, he said, call it whatever you will call it, but Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And he also said, he also mentioned about how Nnamdi Kanu made some little threats about life. He was quite really honest about that while he was not in Nigeria. Well, guys, I kindly leave a comment below, and let's talk about Sowore versus Paul Enenche. You know, some of you came from me yesterday talking about this issue, that some group of boys, about 5 or 6, came to Dunamis church, and they were wearing Buhari must go t-shirts, and Paul Enenche, according to Sowore, Paul Enenche caught them, arrested them, and handed them over to the DSS. Well, I kind of like gave my own opinion, and some of you were not happy about that, and some of you will be like, okay, Adamslink, that's your not correct. Well, like I've said before, guys, everybody are entitled to their opinion. Please, the reason why we have a discussion here is that you also should also share your opinion, since now your own head correct. Please, if you think that you are the only one who is correct, and you are the only one who have that brain to be correct, please just kindly share your own opinion so that we can learn from you. It's as simple as that, guys. Instead of you cursing out, okay, you look correct, tell us your own opinion, good and straight. Then we might learn 1 or 2 things from there. And meanwhile, like I've said before, I partially supported Paul Enenche, and I also partially supported Sowore. And I said, and I repeat that, okay, they were wrong to come to that church wearing Buhari must go. Yes, I still repeat that. And also, I also said that Paul Enenche shouldn't have handed them to the DSS, because they know quite all right that what the DSS will do to them. They're going to brutalize them seriously. And also, guys, well, that was my stand yesterday, and I said Paul Enenche should have called them as a man of God, advised them and warned them against it, and if they resisted and they were causing trouble, that he has the right to get them arrested. That's what I said. And I think that is my own opinion. So you give your own opinion as well. And meanwhile, Sowore, according to SAR reporters, they went to DSS to try to release those boys who were arrested. And DSS said they have no idea where those guys are. Crazy, but I pray for the safety of those boys, and I pray also, please, Polynesian need to speak. You're a man of God, you need to speak and take action immediately and get those guys released. And better stay, just say, okay, I'm sorry, but I think it's rare to see any man of God apologize, except Pastor Suleiman, who recently, or countless of occasions, apologized. They're all human beings, though. Sometimes they make mistake, and they make mistake. Polynesian man might have made a mistake. He's a human being. So, meanwhile, Sowore confronted him, according to what SAR reporters wrote, and they will posted videos, pictures about it, but Enenche wasn't there. So meanwhile, guys, check out this really heartbreaking video. Honestly, when I watched this video, I almost shed tears. And meanwhile, it's about a food vendor who was left crying after a commissioner allegedly threw our foodstuff away for selling in the street in Ebonyi State. And I watched this video severally, and I tried to find something to pin something on this woman. Maybe she did something wrong, and I saw nothing. Firstly, this woman wasn't based on that particular stand. She was using a toller to move her foodstuff around. What benefit what discrimination or what sadness will this woman have brought to this commissioner? Some people will just wake up early in the morning and be like, okay, you know what? I want to cause sadness today. I want to make someone cry. I want to make some people's life miserable. I want to make some people's life unbearable. Then the person will go around committing havoc. Be you a commissioner or whoever you think you are, you have to pay this woman times 10 of what you did to her. Come on, man. This woman, okay, is Nigeria that great? People I do not like. If you come to Abuja, come to anywhere, you see people usually go out to start driving people in the street for selling. All those people I do not like. In fact, I once asked a girl out, and the girl told me her job. She was so beautiful, pretty, and the girl told me her job was following tax laws to drive people in the street who are selling, who are hawking. I was like, now the kind of job they do be that. Immediately, I withdrew. It's not as if I hate her as a person, but the job that she's doing. I think it's heartless people who are doing that kind of job. Because if Nigeria is that great of a country, if they are organized, then they should give a particular space where vendors, all those people, food vendor will be staying there to sell stuff. Because you cannot build a big city and you do not provide amenities for the poor. You just build a city, no place. You just provide for people to be selling food. Everything is just okay. How do you want the poor people to survive then? In a country blessed, no job, nothing. I don't understand, man. Well, that commissioner must pay for all those things. So I do not know how to go about it. I'm just talking, but I hope somebody hold him accountable for this. Honestly, that is my own take. And I check out this man, a man who used his 4-month pregnant wife for money ritual. God, this life, it's some things we are saying, There's a man allegedly killed his 4-month pregnant wife for ritual 3 months after wedding. So you marry this woman just to get her pregnant, so that she will be pregnant, just to get her pregnant in order for you to use her for money ritual. It was all planned. You already told your babalawo said, okay, find a girl out there, get her pregnant in 4 months or 3 months into the wedding, 4 months pregnant, you will use that for money ritual. So Nigerian man, Emeka, oh God, Igbo. Emeka is on the run after he allegedly killed his 4 months old pregnant wife in Imo State. Sorry guys. In Imo State, it was gathered that the unfortunate incident occurred on Saturday, July 3, 2021, just 3 months after the couple tied the knot. According to source, he wanted to take his wife out on a date and then probably take her to somewhere and kill her. He would have come back to cook up a story to cover his track, but unfortunately for him, his wife refused to go out with him. Just a few days before, she had told a friend that for the past week her husband's character has changed and she doesn't understand him anymore. So we believe that's why she refused to go out with him. However, after fruitlessly to get his wife to go out with him, he allegedly decided to kill her inside their apartment and take her corpse to the place where the money ritual will be performed. Oh, crazy. Oh, life with money. Money everywhere. Money palaba. And this one is coming from Benue State Governor. I think this governor is one of the most outspoken governors. I repeat again, Mr. President Buhari is the one creating insecurity in this country. That's coming from Benue State Governor. He said, right now, there is nothing in this country under this APC that we can say that they are getting it right. Is this security? How can Northern Governor, Southern Governor, National Economic Council come out with a policy that will stop the killings that are going on in this country, and the president will say, and the presidency will say that no, it will not accept that, it must be open grazing? Where are you going to do open grazing? Is it in Wadekaya or in Guma or in Makodi, or where without them encroaching on someone's farm? I think those who are advising Mr. President are the one creating problem for him, and he needs to think twice. The National Economic Council is a council made up of all the 36 state governors of the state. If they sit together and resolve under this chairmanship of the vice president, why should you reverse that? Why should he allow an appointed person who has not won councillorship election in his life to come and reserve what 36 governors who are elected by people have done? This is not right. So I repeat again, Mr. President is the one creating insecurity in this country. The day that he say, let's resolve this insecurity problem, the problem will be resolved. That's coming from Benue State Governor. Oh, wow. And let's talk about Chidinma and Osifu. You know, I made a video about Chidinma Osifu, and I said Chidinma was not responsible for Osifu's death, and that was coming from Blessing Okoro, one Nigeria relationship advisor. And for me, I honestly said my own. I said that this interview that she's granting is not right. Honestly, let us be honest. I know she killed someone good and fine. She needs to face. But in a well-organized society, let her go to court. Doing interviews is completely wrong. I kick against those interviews. I kick against it. Okay, why Baba Ijesha, while it was paraded, why didn't they do interview, parade him and do interview? You have seen billionaires' wife killing their husband. Why didn't they parade them and do them interviews? Because this girl has no body. Let us be, I know she deserves it, but because she has no body, that's why you see any station out there, we just bribe the police people and they'll just bring this girl out and they force this girl to be talking. She has no body. She's a nobody. We already know that, and she deserved whatever she will get. But let the due process be followed. Abba now. Abba. Send her to court. Is it that hard? Take her to court. And meanwhile, check out. I don't know if these are good news. This one is coming from House of Rep. Say House of Assembly passed bill banning the police from parading suspects. So Lagos House of Rep has passed an amended version of the criminal justice law of the state. This banned the police from parading suspects before the media. The bill was passed on Monday at a sitting presided over by the deputy speaker. Well, I think that's a welcome development in Lagos State. And let's also talk about kidnapping in Kaduna. It seems like Kaduna is the headquarters. It's becoming the headquarters for kidnappers. What do you guys think? Continue kidnapping students. It's becoming really, really alarming, guys, honestly. And I hope they can do something really, really fast about it. And they're also in Lagos. Before you can host the party now, the Lagos State has announced that you must pay 20,000 naira merriment levy before you can host any party event anytime, anywhere in Lagos. You must pay 20,000 merriment levy. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. Support Adamslink. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Peace.